Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. While Bhadra Prabhu is joining, we'll just study some glories of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Śrīmvatam Swakatha Krishna Punye Shravana Kirtana Hridayantasti Abhadrani Vidunoti Suritsatam. So Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading today Granth-raj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So welcome to this call. As we decided last time that on weekends we'll have wonderful devotees sharing Krishna Katha. So we are very, very blessed and privileged to have His Grace Bhadra Prabhu, who will be sharing Krishna Katha with all of us today. His Grace Bhadra Prabhu is a very, very senior devotee practicing Krishna consciousness for over 40 years. So we are so grateful that Prabhuji is here. I can go on and on to share the wonderful services Prabhuji has been doing over the last multiple decades. Prabhuji is very, very instrumental in the Rajamandal Parikrama every Kartik, organizing yatra to the Holy Dham with hundreds and thousands of devotees. Prabhuji is also orchestrating Rath Yatras all over the globe, in every city, pretty much throughout the US. Prabhuji has been traveling and organizing Rath Yatra where not just 5 or 10, hundreds and hundreds of new people get chance to experience Krishna consciousness. And also, you would have certainly heard Mayapuri's Kirtans. So for those who don't know, His Grace Vishwambar Prabhu is actually Bhadra Prabhu's dear son. So that shows his the great values Prabhuji and Mataji have given to their children, and which has, the fruit tells the seed. So thank you, Prabhu. I can go on and on, but we would like to hear from you today about Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and thank you so much. Please continue. Yes, Prabhu, you can unmute yourself and start.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhus, for allowing me to serve all of you. Let me chant the Pranam Mantra. And then today is also the disappearance day of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Gadadhar Pandit. So I thought we can sing one song. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is one of the seventh Goswami. He's considered the seventh Goswami. And yes, I mean, it can take whole class to talk about him and that. So, but we have to talk Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So I thought we can sing one song, which is, he has written so many songs, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, magistrate. The father of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And I thought we'd sing the song Udilo Aruno, Purava Bhage. And I have Kartal with me, I'll sing. And I'm sure Subhavilas Prabhu will put on the screen. And then Subhavilas Prabhu can read the translation. Is that okay? And then...
Yes.
And then we will talk about from today's verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So let me just chant the Pranam Mantra. That Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadhati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shivta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parajana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padanu Sahagana Shri Lalita Shri Vishakhavitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanusate Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So this song, which is Udilo Aruno, which is a very nice song, and it is proper time also to chant in the morning, morning time. And I guess, Subilas, do you want to read first translation, Prabhu?
Sure, Prabhuji. Yes.
Once you read the translation, then it would be easy for understanding the song.
Everyone can see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Perfect. When the rising sun appeared in the east, the jewel of the twice-born Lord Gauraj Sundar awakened, and taking his devotees with him, he went all over the countryside, towns and villages. The mridanga's call resounded tathai, tathai, and the jhanjhan, large metal kartals that looked like small cymbals, in the kirtan played in time. Lord Gauranga's golden form slightly trembled in ecstatic love of Godhead, and his foot bells jingled. All the devotees chanted the names Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, and Hari, their mouths being filled with the vibrations. They would announce to the still sleeping people, "You spend your nights uselessly sleeping and your days decorating your bodies. You have achieved such a rare human body, but you do not care for this gift. You remain not serving the darling of Yashoda and slowly fall through your last moments to death. With every rising and setting of the sun, a day passes and is lost. Then why do you remain idle and not serve the Lord of the heart? This temporary life is full of various miseries. Taking shelter of the holy name as your only business, to penetrate the darkness of ignorance and bless everyone's heart, the holy name has risen like the shining sun. Drink the pure nectar of the holy name of Kṛṣṇa. There is nothing but the name to be had in the 14 worlds. It has filled the soul of Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. So I will sing, and if you want to respond, as I think Suvilas Prabhu recommended that he will respond, and if you like to, you can go ahead. If someone wants to play Mridanga, you are welcome also. I wish Vishwambar was here, but he is not here. Otherwise, he would have played the Mridanga and he would have sing. But anyhow, if you all want to chant, you are fine. I will chant and then you all follow. Okay? Is that okay? Udilo aruno purab bhage Dvijamani gora amani jage Udilo aruno
purab bhage Dvijamani gora amani jage
Bhakata samuha loya sakhe Gelo nagar paje
Akata samuha loya sathe gela nagar braje.
ताथई बाजे लोखों गाना गनाता है जाजरा रो
Tathai tathai bhajalo khol ghana ghana tahe jhajira rol.
प्रेम दला दला सुनेरा अंग चरण नूपुर बाजे
Preme dhala dhala sonar anga charananu purabaje.
मुकुंद माधव जादव हरि बोलो ने बोलो रे वदन परी
Mukunda Madhava Yadava Hari Bole na bolo re vadana bhori.
नीचे निंदा बसे गेलो रे रति दिवस शरीर साजे
Niche nida base gelo re rati divasa sharira saje.
एमन दुर्लभ मानव देह पाइया की करो भावना के हो
Ana durlabha manav deho पाइया की करो भावना दिखे हो.
बिना भजिले जसोदा सुत चरण में पौड़ी बेलाजे
हे बिना भाजिले यशोदा सुता चरा में पौरी बेलाजे.
उदित तपन हईबे आस्था बिना गेलो बोले हईबे त्रस्ता
Udita tapana hoile asta dina gele boli ho ibe vyasta.
तबे केनो एबे आलस होय न भज हृदय राजे
Tabe ke no ibe alasa hoy na bhajari doyaraje.
जीवन नित्य जन सार ताहे नाना विदा विपद
Jivana nitya jana hasa tahe nana vidha vipida bhar.
नमस्या करे जतने तुमी ताकह आपन काजे
Namashra kori jatan tumi thakaha apana kaje.
जीवेरा कल्याण साधन काम जगते आशिये मधुर नाम
Jivera kalyana sadhana kam jagate asi madhuranam.
अविद्याति मेरा तपना रूप हृदय गगने विराजे
Avidyati mira tapana rupe hrida gagana biraje.
कृष्ण नाम सुधा करिया पान जुराओ भक्ति विनोद प्राण
Krishna nama shuddha koriya pan Jura bhakati vinoda pran.
नाम बिना किछो नहीं तो और 14 भुवन माजे
Nama bina kichu nahi ko ar 14 bhuvana majhe.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj ki jai, Srila Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj ki jai, Srila Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj ki jai, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai, Sadguru Swami Prabhu ki jai, Prem Se Gaur Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So, one I found this Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as you know, has written so many books also, so many books. But one quote I found which is specifically apply at present situation in the world. And I just want to I found it from the Bhaktivinoda Vani Vaibhava, part 2. And this personality has written, which is, they apply, what they have written is applied for all the time. So he has written here, the insect of prejudice is eating away our society. You know what's happening at present days. Prejudice is because of the bodily concept of life. And this is eating away the society. You know what happened. We know what happened. This whole happening everywhere in the world is happening. White against black, against brown, again, all these things are happening in the situation, isn't it? And he says this is eating away our society because the whole society is in bodily concept of life. I'm Indian, I'm Chinese, I'm Japanese, I'm American, I'm Russian, I'm so and so forth, isn't it? Isn't it? He said, if we remain quiet, we will certainly invite inauspiciousness. So he's sharing to preach, share the message. of Krishna consciousness to others. If we keep quiet ourselves, then it's bringing the inauspiciousness in the world. You see? And that's why Hare Krishna devotees are so much engaged in the prasad distribution and also, sharing. The people understand that this bodily concept, because of the bodily concept of life, this prejudice is going on. It was nice. One good thing was that Hare Krishna is about that I heard that in Dallas or Houston, I'm not sure, that during this whole riot thing, was this march against this whatever happened in United States, as you know, and the devotees went with a banner and they distributed a lot of prasadam. I think it was Dallas or Houston, I don't remember. But they had a sign. And they had a sign, it says the Black Lives Matters. But at the bottom it was written, we all are soul, we all are equal. We are all spirit soul. You see. And then at the same time, they distributed a lot of plates of prasadam. The people, our devotees did that. So we have to share this knowledge. That's what Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. Our social strength, heroism, and good fortune are gradually diminishing. We know that. What's happening? Those who have good hearts lament as they discuss this. The good heart people, they lament and they want to discuss these points to the society. They don't want to be quiet. As we know, Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj is in a hospital, as you know, and you all are probably receiving his situation, his health situation. I'm receiving every day. Every 12 hours, I'm receiving the situation from Guru Gauranga Prabhu, his friend of mine, and he sends me. Now, if you hear, someone has sent me his last lecture he gave in Ujjain before he came here. You all probably have heard it, probably, but it is nice that I can paraphrase. He said that Srila Prabhupada didn't tell us to go to Vrindavan or Barsana or Radhakund and stay there. Yeah, you visit there, he said. But Srila Prabhupada wanted us to go and preach, message, Lord Chaitanya's message, he said. And he said that, what did he say? He said that preach message this. So I'm going to you all are saying, Maharaj, you're going to the United States. I know United States is the hellish place on the planet. He said that. But I'm going there because our devotees are preaching there. Our devotees are sharing this knowledge. So I cannot just sit around here as a leader, just sit here and don't go with them. Go with them, you see. So he came with that intention to share, as a leader to come and share, because he saw that other devotees also here are sharing this knowledge with us. And today in the present situation, in the present society, when we talk to preach, people don't like it, believe me. This is the nature of this material world somehow. When you say, I'm going to preach you, forget it. But when we say, I share with you, whatever I have imbibed the culture of this Vedic culture, Krishna consciousness, I like to share with you. Then people are willing to listen. Because they have heard so many people, so many religious organizations, they come and preach and they cheat and all things goes on. But when we say, I'm going to share with you, then they are happy to listen. So that's what Maharaj wanted. So, okay. Those who do not have a good heart live without care for others, gradually degrade themselves. This is Srila Bhaktivinoda. So we know that Hare Krishna movement is a sharing movement, preaching movement. Movement means moving, keep constantly moving, isn't it? Just keep moving. So our Krishna consciousness is a movement, which is we have whatever we have learned, whatever we are following, the Krishna consciousness, we want to share with others. And if we do that, then we will not degrade. Otherwise, we have seen in other sampradayas. Other sampradayas, the Swamijis, they accept, they follow the process. They have some disciples, and they go on with their lives, right? But they don't share it. Then it becomes more little bit. What happens? We become stagnant. Become stagnant in our spiritual life. We lose enthusiasm. There was a quote by Srila Prabhupada, if I can quote exactly, paraphrase. He said that the Sankirtan will give you Sankirtan. Let me check. Sankirtan give you the enthusiasm, and books will give you the knowledge. I have it here somewhere here. Anyhow, if I'll find it during our conversation, I will tell the point. So this was the Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and we can go and talk about so much, but we're not gonna. It is already 7:28, 9:28, so I'm not gonna talk more. And it's Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit is one of the Panch Tattva. He's the energy of Radharani. And Lord Chaitanya told him to stay in Jagannath Puri. So he stayed there in Jagannath Puri, worshipping the Tota Gopinath, I think. And he was a great personality. And one other thing is that it's nice to know that, the Rudra Sampradaya, where the Srila Vallabhacharya is. Vallabhacharya, which is Sri Kṛṣṇa Saranam Mama, is chanted is followed by most of Gujaratis and also MP, Madhya Pradesh, and some UP. Actually, according to scriptures, the Srila Vallabhacharya, they call him Mahaprabhu in their Sampradaya, was actually initiated by Gadadhar Pandit. So anyhow, this is nice to know. So I will go to the now shloka, which is today's shloka is the text 36, and it is about the Lord Brahma. Now Lord Brahma is saying the form of the Lord. We'll talk about that. So I will read the shloka and then read the translation. And the purport, what I will do, instead of reading the whole purport, I will go paragraph by paragraph or sentence by sentence, because that's easy for me to discuss. Is that okay with everybody? Okay. And then we can discuss it as we do every day. And then there is a question answer, or we want to share more, then we can do that. And today is Saturday, I'm sure if you take a little bit more time, it's okay with you, all of you. I hope so, because it's already 9:30. Okay. So I will read the sloka. Evam sahasravadanangri shira karoru nasadya karna nayana bharana yudhadyam mayamayam sad upalakshita sanivesham drishtva mahapurushamap mudam virinchaha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. Translation. Lord Brahma could then see you possessing thousands and thousands of faces, feet, heads, hands, thighs, noses, ears, and eyes. You were very nicely dressed, being decorated and bedecked with varieties of ornaments and weapons. Seeing you in the form of Lord Vishnu, your symptoms and form being transcendental, your legs extending from the lower planets, Lord Brahma achieved transcendental bliss. Purport. Lord Brahma, being completely pure, could see the original form of the Lord as Vishnu, having many thousands of faces and forms. This process is called self-realization. Genuine self-realization consists not only of perceiving the impersonal effulgence of the Lord, but seeing face to face the transcendental form of the Lord. As distinctly mentioned above here, Lord Brahma saw the Supreme Lord as Mahapurusha, the Supreme Person God. Arjuna also saw Kṛṣṇa in the same way. So what here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning is what is the science of self-realization? We say the self-realization. What does that means? And also we want to discuss why people don't take up the self-realization, why the people don't take up the bhakti, why they take up the jnana yoga or dhyana yoga or karma yoga, why not bhakti? So we want to talk about that first before we go further. So Lord, in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam it is mentioned that in the Brahmaloka, when they perform the sacrifice, then what happens? They see the form which is Arjuna has seen in Bhagavad Gita. We know in 11th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna saw Arjuna saw the universal form of the Lord. So same form of the Lord here, Brahma also, when they perform the sacrifice in the Brahmaloka, they see the same form of the Lord. That's why it is mentioned he has thousands and thousands of faces, feet, heads, hands, thighs, noses, ears, and eyes. See? So Brahma is seeing this. Now it is mentioned here in the said Brahma was here. He was seeing able to see complete pure because he was completely pure. Now yesterday we read, right? According to Brahma performed the tapasya when he was sitting on the lotus, and then the sound comes from the sky, tapa. Tapa means austerity. So tapa, the sound is coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from the sky, and is giving instruction to Lord Brahma. Tapa means perform the tapasya. And Lord Brahma did it. And when Lord Brahma did it, he became purified, and he was able to see the Lord face to face now. That's what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning. So same we yesterday we discussed that we are also in a process of Krishna consciousness, and we are also have to perform tapasya. What is our tapasya? Our tapasya is not to sit under the water or go in the heat, heavy heat, and stand there on the one leg, or for thousands of years, just like Hiranyakashipu did it. Our tapasya is very simple. But it's simple, but it's difficult, isn't it? Srila Prabhupada said this process, Krishna conscious process is simple. But because of the Kali Yuga, even the process is simple, but it is difficult. Following Fourier principle, chanting 16 rounds, studying Srila Prabhupada's books, and sharing this knowledge with others, whatever way we can, as our time permits us, right? So this is what our austerity is. And of course, eating prasadam and the worshipping the deities if we can at home, just like this. This is the process. This is our austerity. And this is authorized because it is given in the disciplic succession by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is in disciplic succession. So if we follow this process according what is given to us, then that is our austerity, and we will see face to face because Lord is within our heart, and Lord within the heart is there, and outside as a spiritual master externally, they are guiding us, and we will see Lord face to face. Doesn't matter who that person is, where they are coming from, it doesn't matter. Lord is one, God is one, and it's in everybody's heart with Brahma. Right? Now the question is that this question might be raised that why people, this is the process of self-realization. Then why the people want to take up the different processes of the Jnana Yoga or Karma Yoga or Karma Yoga or Dhyana Yoga or Jnana Yoga. Why? So I like to know, let's discuss this point. Everybody put their inputs. Why people take up this process and they don't want to take up Krishna consciousness, or they don't want to take the Bhakti Yoga. What is the reason? Let's talk about that. So I need some input from all of us. Let's talk about it. Why? Anybody can come up, please say something, please.
And don't feel shy.
Anyone? Why people take up the other yoga, not the Bhakti Yoga? Why not?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. I think in other process to achieve something that is transient and show up to the people is very easy, because in Kali Yoga mind is polluted and we always want pride, my, me, mine. But in Bhakti Yoga, it total surrender, and on the top, not only surrender the Lord to his devotees, that is very hard without ego, and to get ultimate goal, which is permanent but takes some time.
Good. Any other reasons? Good. Thank you. Any other reason? Any other points? Please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So yogic, other yoga means the bodily conception. So people does the yoga to concentrate their mind, which is related to the bodily concept.
Good. That's an important point, because in bodily conception means the false ego, isn't it? We don't want to give up our false ego, isn't it? Okay. Any other points?
Hare
Please.
Krishna Prabhu, this is Raghunandan Das.
Haribo, nice to see you. Because I hear you every day, but I don't know who all of you are. Go ahead.
Sometimes it is also the living being's independent desire. Oh, I know this path, I like this path, I want to do it. It's about my preference. As you said previously, like false ego, it's my own preference. I don't want to know whether what is the right path or anything, or what the Supreme Lord wants. I like this, I would like to do it.
Good point. Any other points?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat.
Dandavat. So it's also possible that until they don't get an association of devotee, they cannot get bhakti. And so they will go on impersonal aspects of life because of the current association and their current diet. But thank you.
Thank you. Good point. Any other points?
Also, the people are at different levels of consciousness, and different process or different types of yoga will appeal to them. And it's a gradual upliftment or evolution of the consciousness for them to come to the stage of practicing Bhakti Yoga.
Good. Any other points?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. One thing is people want to pray, but they pray to get some material gain.
Okay, exactly. Okay, that's good. That's good point. Any other points?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
So
I think for pure bhakti, one has to become a servant of the servant of the servant of Lord Krishna. Only when we do service to the devotees, pure devotees and their servants, only then we can, grow in bhakti. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So we don't want to surrender, you mean?
Prabhuji, surrender to the servant of the servant.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Go ahead.
So one reason most people, even though they get association or they get hear the scriptures, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, the lack of faith in anything that they are told. They only believe what they see, and they say that what you're saying is a waste of time. So the lack of faith is one reason. I feel.
Yeah, they want the results immediately, right away, isn't it? Any other one? I have few more points, but if anyone else has some points, let's discuss it. Okay, so I have few points to add. Whatever we discussed right now, we share with each other that they all are valid points. But I have some more points here. It says that some people think it's very difficult, isn't it? Following four negative principles. Come on, guys! You guys telling us to give it the tea and the coffee, which is I used to drink every day morning. First thing is my parents used to drink, my grandparents, and you tell us to give up the tea and coffee. Wait a minute, right? Difficult, isn't it? You tell me to give up illicit sex. You tell so this, and of course vegetarian is not a problem, but these are some of the reasons which is people are difficult to give up. So they think, well, wait a minute, it's too difficult. I don't want to, but they just see from the superficially. They don't actually see that it says the honey bottle of the honey is there, but unless you put your finger and take it and taste it, then you can realize what the honey tasted. Otherwise, from the outside is different, isn't it? Similarly, in the bhakti path, when they come and they start practicing, then they get some bliss, because that is the soul is a Sachidananda, Ananda, bliss. So in the material world, we are trying to get Ananda on material bodily basis, on the bodily platform, which is not actually Ananda. It's not actually bliss. It doesn't keep us satisfied, happy. See, another thing is some people are not serious about the perfection of life, isn't it? They are not serious. They just go, they hurt, so they just do yoga and karma yoga, give some donation. It's fine. That's karma yoga is good, better than which is just using all the fruits of their activities for their own purpose, at least using in the service of that. But we are talking about bhakti here. Some people are not broad-minded, Mahatma. They have just narrow vision. This is what this is what my friends are doing. This is what my relatives are doing. This is my parents used to do it, and just I follow that. Just follow it. You see, don't become broad-minded. And particularly, we are coming from India. And we have that tradition all our families have some tradition, and we have tendency to carry that tradition in our life. So when it comes to Kṛṣṇa consciousness, which is a broad-minded, which is the whole world, whole world is taking up, Kṛṣṇa consciousness is spread every town and village practically on this planet. So sometimes it's difficult, because I am coming to this tradition, so I just follow my tradition from what my parents used to do. You see. And it happens in devotees' life, particularly from devotees who are coming from Indian background. This is happening. Another point is that, of course, false ego is already discussed. Also, another point is that, of course, we don't get the material gain, as also mentioned, because Kṛṣṇa sometimes we think that by serving the Kṛṣṇa will take away everything. Whatever I have, Kṛṣṇa will take away. I heard, I'm not sure, but in South India, they have and if I'm wrong, one of you or someone please correct me, but I heard something about it, that they're afraid of that, something about the deity, I'm not sure. I had heard about it. If someone is here from, please add it the point of that, something, which is, because Kṛṣṇa will take away my things, whatever I have. Kṛṣṇa's devotee is poor, right? People say Kṛṣṇa, of course, Kṛṣṇa's devotee is not poor actually. In reality, Kṛṣṇa's devotee is not poor. He's the most richest person. Why? Because Kṛṣṇa himself, he is the father. He is our father, and he owns everything, right? So why his son would be poor? Does Krishna wants his son to be poor? Son of the millionaire has to worry about $5, $10? No. He knows my father has millions of dollars, so I have no problem. So same way, Krishna is the father who has everything. He doesn't have to worry about anything. He will provide. But it requires the quality to qualify. And that's why we can see Srila Prabhupada, right? He came with the $40. 40 rupees, not even dollar. 40 rupees. And when at the end of his life, how much was it? 40 billions and billions and billions of dollars. And without any working so hard. Whatever he was doing, now you say, my dear Srila Prabhupada worked hard. Yes, Srila Prabhupada worked hard. But that was his bliss. That was his happiness to go and fight in the battle of Kurukshetra. That was his bliss. And Krishna gave everything. So that is the qualification. When we come to the pure devotional service, then everything else is taken care. All the material distress from within the heart is removed. There are 6 characteristics of the quality of devotions, which is mentioned in Nectar of Devotion. But it is sudurlabha, rare. Bhakti is rare. And that's why we can see there are thousands and thousands of people on this, just in the United States right now, in the Florida. How many people taking up Krishna consciousness? Because the diamond is rare. And we all are very fortunate. We are very fortunate that we have taken up seriously. And I see all this group, we all are, I'm thanks to Suvilas and all of you that you allow me to be part of this group. Because I see Suvilas every day, 8 o'clock time, no 1 minute behind. He's right there at 8 o'clock in that night. Turn it on. You see, and Saturday, Sunday, go on. Doesn't matter how many devotees are taking part. He goes on, and it's glorious. It's glorious. Srila Prabhupada wanted us to read his books, and unfortunately, I had not read the books. I admit myself. I have heard so many lectures, so many things I have done services for last so many years, and by the mercy of the Krishna, as an instrument to help senior devotees and serve. I had not read all the books yet. I still haven't read the books, all books yet. And I'm happy that you all allowing me to be part of your group so that I can also learn something from all of you and by reading, you see. So these are the reasons people don't want to take up this process of bhakti yoga, but because it's a diamond. So that's what here is saying, that Arjuna saw the same form which is Krishna, which is Brahma is seeing here, same form. See. Now he is talking about the okay. Let's read further. Arjuna said, therefore he told the Lord, Param Brahma Param Dhamam Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Saswatam Divyam. This is from Bhagavad chapter 10, text 12. This is Lord, the Arjuna is quoting that who Lord here? Who is the Lord? You are Supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode of and purifier, the absolute truth, and the eternal divine person. The Lord is Param Purusha, the supreme form. Purusham Satvatam, he is everlasting, the supreme enjoyer. It is not that the impersonal Brahman assumes a form. On the contrary, the impersonal Brahman effulgence is the emanation from the supreme form of the Lord. Upon being purified, Brahma could see the supreme form of the Lord. The impersonal Brahman cannot have heads, noses, ears, hands, and legs. This is not possible, for these are attributes of the Lord's form. So the point is that what the impersonalist thinks. Impersonalist thinks that the Lord has no form, right? But actually the impersonal effulgence is coming from the form of the Lord. Lord has a form, and his effulgence is coming because the Lord has a form. So it's the other way around than the impersonal is. Because Lord has a form, is coming, his impersonal effulgence is coming. Just like the sun, there is a sun disk, and a sun rays, right? But the sun, original sun is there, and that's why there is a sun disk and sun rays. See? So the impersonalists, they think completely opposite. The source of the impersonal Brahman is supreme form of the Lord. And then this Lord's form is it is real, it's not an illusion. That's another thing. And that's why impersonalists think that when Lord comes here, he gets the material form. He assumes a material form, and when he leaves, he dies like us. Isn't it? And that's why when Kṛṣṇa was going to back to his abode, to trick the Mayavadis and impersonality, he had the hunter throw the arrow, right? Arrow at his feet, right? You all know, somewhere in Gujarat or someplace, I don't know, Somnath or someplace, I'm not exactly, right? But that to trick the people to think that, yeah, Kṛṣṇa now died. Because that they want it. So if that's where they want it, then Kṛṣṇa gives intelligent time to do it. Okay, thinking that way, then it's fine with me. So that's what here is mentioning. But the form of as we know, you all know, you all are educated, and you all know that Lord's form is Sachidananda. It's transcendental. So when he comes here here in the material world, he's also transcendental. His form is transcendental. You see. And everybody doesn't know. When Kṛṣṇa was here present on this planet, not everybody knew him. Not everybody knew him. The Supreme Personality of God. Now, if you have desire, by the association of the devotees, if we cultivate a desire, then yeah, Kṛṣṇa will reveal that form. So that's what is here mentioned. So let's read further. The word Maya Mayam means spiritual knowledge. Is explained by Madhvacharya. Maya Mayam Jnana Swarupam. The word Maya Mayam describing the Lord's form should not be taken to mean illusion. Rather, the Lord's form is factual, and seeing this form is result of perfect knowledge. This is confirmed in Bhagvata. Bahunam janmanam mante jnanavam prapadyate. The word jnanavan refers to one who is perfectly knowledgeable. Such a person can see the personality of Godhead, and therefore he surrenders unto the Lord. The Lord is being symptomized by face, nose, ears, and so on is eternal. Without such a form, no one can be blissful. No one can be blissful. How can the impersonalists? They cannot be blissful, and that's why what they do. They believe in personalism, and they don't believe in Lord the form. So what they do? They don't enjoy. There is no bliss, happiness, because there is no association of the devotees. There is no service. So what they do? They come down on the material platform, and they do the humanitarian work by by taking part in the politics. Isn't it? We have seen this. They take part in the politics. Because they need some reciprocation. There is no reciprocation. How can you reciprocate with the impersonal form? No form. Can I reciprocate with the wall behind me? Can I reciprocate with the wall? No, I cannot. Bhakti means the Bhagwan, Bhakta, and the Bhakti. Right? Devotional service. And there is reciprocation. And that reciprocation is the bliss. That we get the bliss by serving the Lord. Using all the senses in the service of the Lord. Mind thinking of the Lord, just like Ambrish Maharaj. That is the bliss. So what is the perfect knowledge? That's the question here. The perfect knowledge is to realize who I am. Keno Ami. Japatapa. Right? Sanatan Goswami approached Lord Chaitanya. Who am I? Where am I coming from? What should I do? To know the knowledge of this. That is the perfect knowledge. Perfect knowledge is to come to the understanding that I am the part and parcel of the Lord. I am meant to serve the Lord, and that is my constitutional position, to serve the Lord. And by service we can that apply practically in our life. And this apply to all of us practically in our life. Then we will see the Lord face to face, just like Lord Brahma did. Lord Brahma got the perfect knowledge, and perfect knowledge, of course, comes by by performing tapasya. We have to perform tapasya. This is our tapasya. Everybody is working. I mean, it is glorious that we all work. Of course, I'm also working a little bit, but I'm into be here on the Saturday at 9 o'clock to listen Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. How many people are listening Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday? After working Monday to Friday, hard work, they probably want to sleep. Some people are still sleeping. Isn't it? But it's glorious that we all are getting together and on reading the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, relishing it. You see? And we do that, we continue it with the determination, with the faith, and with determination, faith, and be patient. That's a problem with us, problem with me, not to be patient. Because the world is such a way that everything is so fast. So to keep up with the world, we have to also go fast. So everything we do is so fast, isn't it? But this virus has slowed down to us, isn't it? Virus has helped us. I mean, we have to see the positive side of the virus. The virus is also to Kṛṣṇa says, time I am. See? So virus is also brought, and so the positive side of this, so many people are slowed down. People are getting together in the family, which is they had no time to talk with their sons or daughters or parents or grandparents, right? Pollution is gone down. No cars running around like cars, right? Jamuna is pure now. Ganga is pure now. Rivers, no pollution. See? Of course, there are negative side also, but let's see positive also at the same time. And we are very fortunate. We still go on using the Zoom. Zoom by ISKCON devotees are the most devotees using the Zoom everywhere at present. It looks like to me in the whole world, on this whole planet. ISKCONs are the ones who are Zoom everywhere. All the classes are going on everywhere, on the Zoom, which is good. We are using technology in service of the Lord. Yena kena prakarena, as Rupa Goswami said, isn't it? We use in service of the Lord, and that is the love. When we use it for ourselves, then it is lust, for sense gratification. When we use in service of the Lord, that is love. So that's what is here he is mentioning. Then let's switch. The Lord, however, is Satchidananda Vigraha, as stated in the Shastra. Ishvara Param Krishna Satchidananda. We know that, right? We have heard this from Brahma Samhita. Lord Brahma himself is quoting this verse, right? When one is in perfect transcendental bliss, he can see the Lord's supreme form, Vigraha. So we have to come by the following Krishna conscious process. We will come to that. We will come to that understanding. We will see the form of it by the mercy of the Srila Prabhupada, by mercy of the Guru. Our Guru Maharaj will introduce to Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada will introduce to us to Krishna. Here is my son. Here is my grandson. Here is Cain. He will tell. He will show us the form of it. You see, even will be unconscious sometimes because of my sinful activities. If I'm unconscious before I leave the body, but still Krishna will not forget. Krishna will not forget what I have done for him. Krishna will not forget what I have done for his devotee. That's the most important. Krishna is more happy when I serve his devotees. What he says in the material, you love me, you love my dog. Isn't it? So if we do that, then Krishna will show the form. In this regard, Srila Madhavacharya says, Gandhakya devata yadvat prithvim vyapya tishtati evam vyaptam jagat vishnum brahmatmastham dadarshaha. Lord Brahma saw that as aromas and colors spread throughout the earth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead pervades the cosmic manifestation in a subtle form. And so Lord is this universal form. What is universal form? The Lord means everything is belongs to. We are also in that. We are also in that universal form, isn't it? That means we are just little tiny one mustard seed. Bhadradas is one mustard seed. Lower than that is in this universal form, because everything is Lord's, His energy, isn't it? But Bhadra is thinking, I'm a great personality because of the false ego. I'm great this, I'm great that, that's false ego. So I had to purify myself. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna stop here, but I'm gonna just read the commentary by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. It's only one paragraph. So he says, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that by that method, Brahma saw the Mahapurus, a form of knowledge and bliss, since it was made up of eternal energy arising from his Swarupa, Maya Mayam, endowed with unlimited faces, etc. Shruti says, Ato Maya Mayam Vishnum Pravantanti Manishinaha. The wise say that Vishnu is called Maya Mayam, or Maya Mayam can means one who destroys the disease of avidya in the jiva. That is Kṛṣṇa. Krishna removes the avidya, ignorance from our heart. He removes that. The arrangement of the Lord's limbs was marked by auspicious signs, or his limbs such as feet were represented by Patala and other planets. We know that his feet are the Patala, and is all the body of this Vishwarupa, universal form, is includes all the planetary systems from Patal, from down up to the up. So everything is in the three world is him, Krishna, belongs to him. So we are also in one. We are one of them also. There, you see, Patal are the planets. Since the cause and the effect are one, he is the cause and he is the effect. Lord is there. Seeing that Vairaj form, which was spiritual, he became blissful. So Lord Brahma was blissful by seeing this form of the Lord, and he was very happy. And that's what we can also have, that bliss by following. So by the mercy of all of you, I can also one day become blissful, hopefully. But if you all have to pour the mercy on me, to this rascal, sinful Bhadra. Okay. So thank you everybody for allowing to serve all of you again. And if anything, any mistake, please forgive me, correct me. Or if you want to add some points, please. Its time is over, but today is Saturday. I'm sure Suvilas don't mind if we go a little bit longer. If anybody has any question, any comments, anything to add, anything to subtract, please go ahead. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you. I appreciate for giving me opportunity to serve all of. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Hare Bol Prabhu. You were saying that the form of Krishna with the flute playing is bewildering for South Indians. It is true. I mean, you wanted some South Indians.
Yes. Thank you. That's what I meant. That's true, isn't it?
This, my mother was really upset about we worshipping Krishna with the flute.
Yeah. Thank you for adding that point. Any other points? Any other question?
So why is it bewildering, Mataji?
Oh, because when Krishna is playing flute, all the gopis in the Vrindavan went behind Krishna. And in the same way, she said, all our material things will go away with Krishna, like all the house and money we have. So don't worship that, is what she was saying.
But it didn't happen actually, isn't it? It got more and more, isn't it?
So, I mean, it's the opposite to what Bhagavatam, in my understanding, Bhagavatam says that is how we want our soul and ourselves to run behind Krishna. So, but we are afraid actually for, if something goes away from us. But in one sense, when it is said in Bhagavatam, right, Krishna takes away everything, and that is his special mercy.
Exactly, like Srila Prabhupada.
Yes. Yeah, he lost everything and he took that as special mercy. I don't know if maybe when we are not in that position, it is really hard for us to accept that.
Is it? That's true. It's true. That's true. That's why we are sadhaka.
Right. It is not easy. It's not easy for everybody to accept that.
Right.
So at least my mother was honest. I don't know if I'm honest enough, but in one sense.
You are honest. You have a service attitude to serve.
That's my that's my mask. So when we take the mask off, we don't know who,
Thank you. Any other points?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, Prabhu. So in this chapter, we have seen that when Prahlad Maharaja saw Narasimha form, he said that I am not afraid of you. I am not fear of your this fearful form. But the same time when Arjuna saw this Virat Rupa, he got afraid. So what is the difference between that two scenes? Can you explain, Prabhu?
Good question. Now understand. Arjun is playing with the Lord. Right? Krishna is his friend. Krishna Shyam Sundar is his friend. Arjun is sleeping with him. Arjun is eating with him. And imagine that same Krishna comes in the universal form. What would happen? What would happen? Of course, he would get afraid. If I have something, take the general example in our life also. The person who is my friend, person who is I sit with him, eat with him, discuss with him openly everything, and suddenly that person comes up with a form which is I have never seen it. You see, then what happens? That's why Arjun finally what he said. He said, "You just bring your original form now, please. Please come to your original form." Isn't it? Now, in case of the Prahlad Maharaj now of course Arjun is whenever Krishna comes in a planet, Arjun is his eternal servant. He also comes here. Arjun comes when Krishna comes, right? In case of Prahlad Maharaj was already in the womb. He was already pure devotee. He had that prema, love. And then on top of that, all the difficulties he was playing with. The Krishna would come. We read in the previous chapters, right? Krishna would come. He would call out. Krishna would come, And then he would be in the blissful heaven. When Krishna goes away, he goes, where are you going? Where are you going? See? And then Arjuna, the Prahlad Maharaj was given so much difficulties by his father to kill him. But every time Prahlad Maharaj was just meditating on the Lord. Always he was just thinking, wow, Lord is going to come. Lord is going to come to help me. That's what he was thinking all the time, which is a deep, deep faith. And that's what I will need in my life. That Lord is going to come and help me. And that's what devotees think. Do you think that right now Bhakti Charu Maharaj is transcendental? He's going through difficult, but he's not thinking that, he is thinking, he knows that Srila Prabhupada is going to take care of him. Krishna is going to take care. You see, that's his consciousness. And that's what I have to come on that consciousness. Because at the time of the death, not my wife, not my children, not my friends, not my bank balance, not anybody. Nobody's going to come. I have to myself. And we have seen this during this coronavirus time. I'm going a little bit away from your question. I will come to that point. But the whole point is, today you have given me time, so I have to give my time to all of you. Thank you, Subhilas. So point is that look at in coronavirus situation. Persons who got affected, they're infected and they're gone. Nobody can go near him. Their sons, relatives, friends, wife, children, nobody can go with them. Right? Nobody can even go near them. That's the situation. So who is my shelter at that time? Who am I going to call out? I have to call out to Kṛṣṇa and my spiritual master, Prabhupada and my spiritual master, isn't it? So in case of the Prahlad Maharaj, he was so terrified and he had a full faith. Of course, Arjuna also had a full faith. But in Arjuna's case, it was suddenly come to that universal form. So when in case of Prahlad Maharaj, when he said, and Prahlad Maharaj already knew that what my father had already also asked for all the boons, right? Not outside, not inside, not by the weapons, not by the human being, right? Not daytime, not nighttime, not by any weapons, right? This all he knew. My demon father, what Prahlad Maharaj would call out, king of the demon. He would not call even his father. Imagine. He was calling out to his father, oh, king of the demon. Imagine your son comes up, my son Vishwambar comes and tell me, oh father of the demons, oh father, oh sinful father. Well, how would I feel? But he was calling out to that, and he has gone through so much trouble. So when Lord the Hiranyakashipu, your Lord is present in this pillar, yes. So when the beautiful form comes out, he was not afraid. Because he knew that Lord is present and he came out in this form because he had to, Lord Nrsimha had to honor the boons given by Brahma. Isn't he honored it? And because to honor the boons given by Brahma, Lord has to come out in this form. So Prahlad Maharaj knew about it. I hope that answers your question. I hope so.
Yes, Prabhu, it was very nice explanation. Thank you.
Any other question? Any comments? Come on, Raghunandan, you have always something to say.
Hare Krishna. Add to what you are so nicely explained to the Mataji's question. Prabhupada makes a point when he starts discussing the universal form of the Lord that it is not a form that is pleasing to the devotees. The devotees always would like to see the transcendental spiritual forms of the Lord. And Lord Narasimha's form is a transcendental spiritual form. So even though it looks fearsome, devotees are not afraid of such a form. They are so happy to see the transcendental form of the Lord. So that is also one other distinction between seeing the universal form as compared to seeing the transcendental form of the Lord.
Thank you, Raghunandan. Anything else? Subhananda, come on, you have to say something. Subhilas, come on, you always something. You always quote some slokas. Come on.
I would have to focus more on hearing.
You are always focusing. Every day you are focusing what devotees are saying.
Thank you so much for the wonderful, first of all, bhajan. And I was just linking the last line of the bhajan, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying, Naam bina kichu aur nahi chauda bhuvan maji. So amongst all this creation, all the everything, the essence, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying is the holy name. So I was just linking those, the bhajan and the today's discussion, that how we're talking about upper planets, lower planets, Krishna's universal form. But the essence which Lord Chaitanya is giving us is the holy name.
That's true.
Thank you. It was really very nice.
Very simple process, isn't it? But difficult to chant. I'm putting myself. You know.
Really
you just go on. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Vamsu Vilas, come on, say something. Vamsu Vilas and Sudhir. Sudhir always likes to, he always puts, when he talks. You know that, I'm noticing something. Thank you. If there is no comment, then we go a little bit time over. Again, Prabhu, thank you for allowing me to be part of the group, and thank you for allowing me to serve all of you. Please forgive me for offenses. My offenses sometimes might come out heavily, sometimes when I make some comments, but please forgive me for that. But what can I do? I'm trying to learn myself, but I'm only old guy. He says, old man, old dog, you can't teach the new trick, isn't it? So that's what I am. I'll be 69 soon. So what can you say? That's what old dog is. So continue. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, His Grace Bhadra Prabhu ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your time and sharing this wonderful katha. So tomorrow we will have His Grace Pran Govind Prabhu, same time, 9 a.m. and we'll study the next verse. So please join. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.